Hey guys, good evening and thanks for joining. So in the last class, we discussed about virus and worm and we started malware category of the attack. Under the malware category, we discussed about sources of the malware and also we discussed about symptoms of the malware and also types of the malware and category of the malwares. So far, we completed two attacks. One is virus and second one is worm. From there, we will continue. So third one is Trojan. So before going to Trojan, I want to explain about backdoor. So what is meant by backdoor? Bypassing the authentication or another way of the authentication is called as a backdoor. So what is meant by here? Whatever authentication failure category of the attacks are there. So those trial and error methods we can use. And finally, we can bypass the respect authentication by dictionary attack or pass the hash attack or maybe using trial and error method or maybe using different permutations and combination. So that bypassing the authentication, we can call it as a backdoor. So if I want to give practical scenario, what is meant by backdoor jobs? So backdoor jobs, obviously, so they will not go and so they will go with backdoor way without cracking any interview. They will get the job. That is backdoor, right? Same way here also. So attacker will try to do malicious software program code will be injected into the target machine so that you will compromise any targeted mission using the trial and error method or maybe using the different types of permutations combinations by bypassing the authentication. So that bypassing the authentication, we can call it as a backdoor. Okay. So even in practical scenario also, if I want to say one more example, so every house has a front door and back door. So front door directly where we will go and we will unlock the respective door. In the similar back door also only we know about how to unlock the door. So that is only we know about how to bypass the respective back door and how to enter into the home. So similar way, so here what attacker will do, attacker will try to do injecting of the malicious software program code and he will try to inject malicious software program code and later he will try to bypass the authentication or authorization like for example man in the middle attack or VPN authentication failure or authentication failure category of the attack. Initially you will try to inject malicious software program code, later he will use authentication failure category as well. So that is like a backdoor. Then how we can define this one? Bypassing the authentication or another or other way of authentication using malicious software program code. So always if you want to do any backdoor related authentication or any other compromise based, so first thing is always backdoor should be aligned with some other attack as well. So what is meant by this one? So the combination of backdoor plus virus, backdoor plus worm, backdoor plus botnet, backdoor plus ransomware, backdoor plus spyware, and so on. So that we can call it as a backdoor. Then how we can mitigate this particular attack? Same as it is. So all malware category of the attacks can be prevented and blocked and remediated or quarantined or cleaned or safeguarded by using antivirus or EDR, XDR or traditional antivirus. Second one is anti-malware tools, next generation firewall or malware analysis tools. Using this one, we can identify whatever backdoor malware is entering into the organization side. So that is about backdoor. So next one is a Trojan. So Trojan general meaning is a horse. How the horse will run away so with very fast. In the similar way, Trojan attack also will happen very quicker way. So here attacker will try to inject once again a malicious software program code. So how this is possible? Through illegal software or unauthorized software. So what is meant by illegal software, unauthorized software basically? Maybe, for example, I want to download one of the GitHub file from respective GitHub website. Maybe I am a DevOps engineer. So now I will go to GitHub related website and I will download the respective GitHub related any Python file or PowerShell file related to open source, and according to my customization requirement in my organization, I can do the modification side. So now, as a DevOps engineer, whether I'm aware of whether it is a legitimate file and illegitimate file, I'm not sure, because I'm not a security engineer. I'm a DevOps engineer. I'm taking care of the CI/CD pipeline, continuous development and continuous integration related to development plus operational and release part. So whatever file I'm trying to download here, it's a illegitimate software or maybe unauthorized software. Using that particular unauthorized software, maybe illegitimate software, so malware is injected into the end user machine and finally system will get compromised. So forget about DevOps. Maybe we can take our security tool itself. You want to download Nessus software. Maybe you want to download one of the IBM QRadar SIM tool software. What is mean by this one? For example, IBM QRadar Community Edition. So this is SIM tool basically. So if you want to install any SIM tool in our personal laptop or maybe any Unix operating system, we can go and we can download this particular software and we can install. So this is PDF file. So for this one, if you want to download, obviously we have to register through our professional email ID or personal email ID. Thereafter, we can go and we can download our software. So it's a legitimate. But what is Trojan here? Trojan looks like something it will do beneficiary to end user, but actually it is speaking, it will not do it. So meaning what? So whenever if you want to download any legalized or authorized or legitimate software or any files, obviously we have to download from the respective authorized website or legalized websites only. We should not go and we should not download any other illegalized or unauthorized websites. For example, I can show practically one more scenario. Nmap tool download. What Nmap tool will do? Obviously, it's a port scanning tool. So it's a network mapper. It will run against the multiple ports for each and every IP address or targeted machine or host machine we are running. It will identify what are the ports are open. Along with that one, it will define even what are the services or applications or software running against on each and every port. So already we discussed about this Nmap tool. Now just I went to Google and I given Nmap tool download. There are so many websites it is appeared. So what is the first website here? nmap.org. In the similar way, if I'm going down, second one also nmap.org. Third one also nmap.org. So fourth one is nmap. So English io4d.com. How can I trust this one is a legitimate website? Nmap.org is a legitimate website or application. There we can go and we can download. In this similar way, you can see filehippo.com. So how can I trust FileHippo is a really legitimate website? Maybe attacker, he can create one of the dummy website. Maybe he can download malicious software nmap file and he can upload in his website. So just for purchasing one of the domain name from GoDaddy, it will take only 400 rupees. For that one, I can go and I can create one of the website design. There I can upload a couple of files. So I can put malicious file program code and I will try to keep it like a illegitimate file. Maybe people, whenever they want to try to download, they will go to illegitimate website instead of the legitimate or genuine or authorized website. So this is one of the FileHippo. Maybe we should not trust this one. Whenever if you want to download this one also, it will ask always, please enter your email address. Please enter your password. So how can I trust this filehippo.com? In the similar way, GitHub. And if I'm going to some other website, you can see freecodecamp.org. So this is another website. And a couple of times we'll see Softonic. Most of the cases we can see Softonic. And always they will ask, please log in with your Facebook account or Instagram account or Gmail account and so on. Whenever you are clicking on that particular thing, automatically our credentials will go and it will store in the respective website. Maybe attacker can go and he can take from the malicious URL link, whatever he created, and it is appearing in the respective search results. So that is the way how our credentials can be get leaked. So whatever we discussed of, these are the websites we can call it as a Trojan websites. What is the beneficiary for me to download Nmap tool? To identify what are the ports are opened in my organization against targeted machine, that may be IP address or host machine. So for that one, I'm trying to download Nmap. So that is the legitimate thing for me. So that is the authorized thing for me. Something it is getting beneficiary. But if I'm going and trying to download any malicious software program code, that is obviously it's a illegalized or unauthorized. So downloading from these websites is called as Trojan websites or malicious websites. So now onwards, whenever if you want to download anything related files, please go and download from the legitimate websites only. How can you identify legitimate websites? For example, maybe you want to download BitTorrent. So instead of the going to Softonic or FileHippo or any other third-party websites, directly you can go to BitTorrent and you can download the BitTorrent file. In the similar way, you want to download VLC Media Player. You can go to VLC Media Player from Microsoft and then you can download it from Microsoft. So that is the way how we can go and we can identify our legitimate websites. Otherwise, finally, in case if you don't maintain any antivirus or EDR or XDR agent in our endpoint, more chances are there to try to get compromised our endpoints. So that particular entire things we can call it as Trojan websites or Trojan. It's a malicious software program code. Attacker will do something beneficiary to end user, but actually speaking, it will not do any beneficiary to end user. That particular process we can call it as a Trojan based malicious URL links or malicious websites. Okay, so always malicious related Trojan URLs, it can be always combined with the backdoor as well. Nothing but because as I said, if you want to download any file, Softonic, it will appear very regular one. File hippo also it will appear. So if I want to download any dumps, maybe I want to write CISSP exam or certified ethical hacker exam, and I want to go and I want to read about couple of dumps. So dumps is nothing but it's a already existing uh, papers, basically exam papers or practice papers we can say. So if I want to download that one, obviously there are so many malicious URL links will appear. It will always ask, please try to log in with your Facebook account, Gmail account, or Instagram account, and so on. So whenever you are logging those things, in case that particular website is a malicious or Trojan website, your credentials will go and sit into the respective command and control of the attacker. Obviously, attacker will gain your PIA data, confidential data. Then he will gain the access to your any account that may be Gmail or Facebook or maybe so Instagram and so on. Okay, so now onwards, whenever if you want to download any file, please make sure that always you can download from the legitimate or authorized or legalized websites or URLs only. Okay, so how we can define this one? Trojan is a malware. Trojan will do something beneficiary to end user, but actually it will not do and it will compromise our credentials or unauthorized access or sensitive data exposure. So that is called Trojan. So then how we can prevent this one? So we can prevent this one using obviously First one is antivirus or EDR. Under antivirus and EDR or XDR, we have not only about preventing of the malware category of the attacks. Additionally, it has a capability of app control and web control option. What is meant by app control and web control? Traditional antivirus doesn't have this capability. So what is this app control and also web control? App control means application whitelisting and blocklisting. Web control is meaning here websites whitelisting and blocklisting. But traditional antivirus doesn't work on the application based. It's completely working on up to transport layer only. Okay, so that is also one of the main difference between traditional antiviruses versus EDR and also XDR. So this particular option we have to enable. Along with this one, we have to enable even malware prevention policy or threat prevention policy. So these policies we have to configure, and based on the signature based on the behavioral pattern mechanism, based on the real-time pattern, and based on the past experience, machine can be understand in the past, is there any similar type of attack it's happened. In case it's happened, it will treat like a false positive, and it can throw like alert stating that it's a false positive is a playbook's configuration part. Otherwise, it will generate at least alert notification stating that some of the suspicious activity is going on in your network related to malware. So that is the first control. In the similar way, we have to implement next generation firewall, obviously. In the next generation firewall also, so we have one of the option name is called as URL filtering or web filtering or content filtering or bright cloud URL filtering. Along with this one, even we have app control and also web control and domain control and file filter as well. Morning I have shown already. File filtering option we have seen which files we have to allow and which files we have to block based on our business requirement. And also I have shown antivirus profile as well. In this similar way, next generation firewall also, we should know about which websites we can download our legitimate content and which websites we have to block. So that particular option we can call it as web filter or content filter or bright cloud URL filter or URL filtering. Enter a question. What is mean by content filtering? If are going for dedicated to firewall vacancy, they can expect what is mean by content filtering. Content filtering is nothing but allowing of the websites and blocklisting of the websites based on our business requirement. That is called content filtering. Okay, so here also we can do multiple options. So one is antivirus profile configuration. We can do in the network level. In the similar way, morning we discussed about file filter option also, and also URL filtering. This URL filtering also is called as content filtering or web filtering or bright cloud URL filtering. So there are so many names are there for this one. So now, if you want to block any malicious URL link, always we will use. So already we discussed about one of the topic is called a proxy server or proxy tool. Forward proxy and reverse proxy. What is this proxy server will do? So proxy, it will act as a bridge or gateway in between end user and also websites. Or it will act as the intermediate device in between end user and websites. Or it will act as a broker in between end user and also websites. Not only internal employees, but also from the public. If it is internal employee versus to the public websites, that is called as a forward proxy. From public customers or public or any other social people, they are trying to access our internal websites are hosted in the trust zone. We can call it as a reverse proxy. Okay, so even proxy can also capability to whitelist and blocklist based on the business requirement. So I will keep proxy as well. Next one. So obviously we have to use malware analysis tools. So like FireEye. So several times I said FireEye is one of the very, very popular tool. Along with this one, CrowdStrike right now #1 in the tool. And also we have F5. So and also we have Tipping Point from HP or Trend Micro, Palo Alto ATP, and Checkpoint ATP. All these are very famous dedicated malware analysis tool using NX and HX. Nothing but network based and host based. Next one, anti-malware tools. So if you are implementing these solutions, obviously, we can take care of the respective Trojan related websites blocking and allowing. Let's go and see practically whether these options are available in our firewall. Right now, I can't show EDR tool because I have to register in the either CrowdStrike or maybe Sophos or maybe Sentinel-1 or maybe so Carbon Block. So I will try to register by today or maybe tomorrow. I can show those tools as well in parallel, whatever we're going to discuss about malware category of the attacks. And if firewall is freely available as a free demo tool, so right now straight away I can go and I can show these options are available or not. So I'm typing FortiGate demo here. And several times I have shown this tool as already in the class. So not this one. So you can accept here. Right now 7.2 is version. And here demo. In the similar way, same EDR tool also, we can go and we can log in and we can check about policies. What are the different types of policies accepting by the EDR tool? So it depends on vendor to vendor. So, but most of the vendors will follow similar type of policies. So under security profiles, so you can see here app control. Can you see app control here option? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
So whenever if you want to download any files or drive-by downloads from the any website, first we should aware of what is our business oriented requirement and where we want to download and what are the business oriented websites or applications are existing. Those domains or those apps only we have to whitelist. Remaining all other things we have to put like a block list. Right now it is supporting 14.8 is around altogether. I think they did not give the count overall. So, but anyways, so these many business oriented 154. Out of 154, 6 are cloud based, like a SaaS based application. And collaboration are 269. Out of 269, 13 are cloud based or any SaaS based. Games 83, and there are no SaaS based application. It's a complete on premise. And mobile is completely 3. So proxy 186. In the similar way, there are so many applications are defined. So not only this firewall, each and every firewall can be utilized. So based on the category wise here. So for example, game you are considering, under the game we have a lot of games will fall under. That may be cricket or maybe hockey or that may be tennis or that may be kabaddi and so on. All those category will fall under like a game. Okay, this is app control. In the similar web filter. Web filter is also called as content filtering, URL filtering, and also bright cloud URL filtering. So which websites we have to allow and which websites we have to block. So it's complete our business requirement. Meaning what? We should coordinate with our internal stakeholders, that may machine learning team, our data science team, or maybe HR team, our legal team, our network admin team, middleware team, Windows team, Linux team, and so on. Whoever is our internal stakeholder, we have to coordinate and which websites they want to access regularly for their roles and responsibilities, for their segregation of duties, what are the work they are doing. According to that one, we should allow nothing but whitelisting of the websites, or maybe we have to block listing of the websites. So right now it is supporting, there are several things. Under this one you can see, so there are so many categories: hacking, so drug abuse, discrimination, illegal or unethical, proxy avoidance, terrorism, child sexual abuse. All these are by default, we have to keep like a block only. Wherever it is required and how it is required, what is our business is looking for. After speaking with our business internal stakeholders, based on that one, we can go and we can see whether we have to monitor, or whether we have to allow, or whether we have to block. We can directly change the status here itself. Now, whenever end user is trying to access illegitimate or malicious or suspicious or abnormal websites related to Trojan malware category of the websites, automatically it will block it based on the policy we have defined.
This is applicable for all entire, I mean, admin user, all people, right?
Yes, it's applicable to everyone. Yes. So that is our web filter, even DNS filter. So there are several ways we can go and we can define these Trojan based websites blocking or malware category of the Trojans. We can block it using either anti. Right now I have shown only firewall. In the similar way, these options are available in the EDR. These options are available in the proxy also. Along with that one, even as I said, malware analysis tools are anti-malware tools. So that's all about Trojan. Next one, botnet. So what is meant by bot here? Bot is nothing but attacker. He will try to do like a robot. So bot equals to robot. Net equals to internet or network. Answer also there here itself. So who will control our machines? Obviously, our machines will be controlled by attacker or intruder or threat actor or adversary or hacker. So whatever machines are got compromised, those machines we can call it as the robots or bots or zombies. So now who will control our machines? Obviously it is controlled by bot header. Bot header is like a hacker or attacker. He will try to control our machines through command and control. And net is nothing but either internet or network. Botnet full form is either robot network or robot internet. Meaning what? So this particular attack compulsory it will occur through so internet or cyber related part. So that may be using phishing email malware attachment, that may be whaling or spear phishing, or maybe so DDoS or DOS category of the attacks. In the similar way, warm or lateral movement category of the attacks. Because these things, whatever I discussed just now, lateral movement or warm or phishing email, spear phishing. In the similar way, malicious malware attachment for multiple users sending. Okay, so DDoS category of the attack, all those will fall under the multiple systems will get compromised. Single attacker will try to compromise so many systems is called as a worm. Already we discussed, it's a self-replication within a network. That is also we can reference one of the tactics as per MITRE attack framework. What is the tactic name? Lateral movement. So same thing here. So attacker will come through these scenarios either through phishing email malware attachment using spear phishing or DOS or DDoS categories of the attacks related to flooding. And finally, he will try to compromise either one system or more than one system. Sorry. So that particular process we can call it as, so obviously it's a botnet or robot network. Attacker will try to inject malware into either one system or more than one system via phishing email malware attachment, or maybe DOS or DDoS flooding category of the attacks, or maybe through worm.
and finally he will compromise the systems in the local area network. And whoever is compromising the systems, that person name we can call it as a bot header, and whatever machines is controlling, those machines we can call it as bots or zombies, nothing but malicious already compromised systems. So I have drawn one of the diagram before a class has been started. I can show that one now. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. So bot header is sitting in a public. It's an untouched zone as per network architecture diagram. Now he is sending one of the phishing email malware attachment. So that attachment is sending not for single person, is sending for multiple person as per the diagram. PC1, personal computer 1, personal computer 2, personal computer 3, and personal computer 4. All these are four like endpoints are there, like a HR, DevOps guy, testing tools guy, and application development guy. Now in this particular phishing malware attachment is injecting some of the malicious software program code, example performance appraisal, or maybe hike letter, or maybe salary slip is released. Now with the anxiety and excitement, what would people will do? They will try to click on those particular hike letter, or maybe performance appraisal letter, or maybe salary slips, or maybe invoice copies, and so on. So that is the reason we have to provide always awareness from where the email is coming. This is what happened in TCS just 2 to 3 months back. So around April month period. So obviously that particular time periods like hike letters they will give by each and every employee, by the employer, nothing but TCS. Entire TCS employees, 6,25,000 employees received one of the emails stating that your hike letter is attached. Please review, and if you have any queries, please let us know. That is complete phishing email. How they identified? Obviously, security people identified that particular is a phishing email. They give like a test.tcs.com. Whether test.tcs.com domain is existing from TCS company?
No.
Yeah, obviously it's a phishing email. So this is the way how the attacker will try to do compromising of either one system or more than one system. In that particular EDR agent, or maybe antivirus agent or XDR agent, maybe status showing as inactive or unknown, or maybe so sleeping state, obviously the system will get compromised. Now this particular phishing email, it will go. So spear phishing, what means spear phishing? So spear phishing is nothing but attacker will send the phishing email to trick the end user by sending an email to single user or more than one user. It's not a group of users, like a distribution list or group list, so that either one system will get compromised or more than one system will get compromised. So that is like spear phishing. Now this particular email will go to, so as I said, this particular person is like HR. So this particular person is like DevOps, as I said previously. In the similar way, this particular system is testing tools, and this particular system is application development guy. Now people are clicked on unknowingly or unintentionally, not knowingly. So maybe without their, okay, so intention part. Maybe antivirus or EDR or XDR agent sleeping. Now their system will get compromised. As per cyberrkcybertechnology process now, who will control this system? What this particular network we can call it as? All the systems are connected in a single network or single location, we can call it as. It's a computer network connected in a single system or single location or single building, we can call it as
LAN.
local area network, LAN.
LAN.
Yeah, now these system will get compromised. Now these system, whatever it is got compromised, who will control? Remote control or command and control or C2C or C square C. That is nothing but command and control. So these controls we can call bots or zombies. Whatever attacker will say, this system will listen with blindly, like it's a robots. Without their knowledge, everything can be controlled by so respective person, like he's an attacker. Whoever is controlling these machines, bots or zombies or robot machines, can call it as attacker or threat actor or adversary or hacker or intruder or bot header. Header is nothing but it's like a group of the things can be controlled by a single person. For example, group of the goats are controlled by one of the person is called as a bot header. He's controlling all the goats or sheeps. Same way, here also bot header will control all these machines. It is got compromised. So this entire process we can call it as so botnet. It's a robot network or robot internet. And whoever is controlling the person, we can call it a bot header. And what machines is got compromised is call it as a bots or zombies. That is about attack. Now, how we can prevent this one? So these things are coming via either through phishing email malware attachment or maybe through any other illegitimate activity to the respective end user. If you want to mitigate these malware or malicious software program code, obviously we have to use antivirus and EDR. And also we have to use malware analysis tools. Even we have to use email gateways or email security solution. And we have to use malware analysis tools. So that is the way how we can prevent this botnet category of the attacks. Okay. Now we can go and we can define botnet. So botnet full form is robot network or robot internet. Attacker will inject malware into end user machine using different types of tactics, and finally he will compromise end user machines or host machines. Whatever systems are got compromised, are called as bots or zombies or robots. And whoever is controlling the bots or zombies called as
Bot header.
bot header. So that is our botnet, bot header or botnet. So then how we can prevent this one? Prevention techniques or remediation.
Sir,
Yeah, please.
in the firewall, web filtering firewall, I mean file filtering, there's an option.
Yeah.
And dedicatedly EDR also, it can have that feature also. And so already firewall is maintaining that mechanism, but అంటే ఫైర్వాల్ ఉంది కదా అని చెప్పి EDR లో ఆ ఫీచర్ లైసెన్స్ తీసుకోకుండా ఉంటారు అట్లా అట్లా
No, no,
ఎక్స్ట్రా
no. Firewall licensing is different and EDR licensing is different. So firewall license is completely based on the, so based on how many number of end users are there, based on how many number of applications are there, based on how many number of VPN related connections we need, based on the IDS IPS capability, based on the DLP capability, based on the antivirus capability, based on the maximum concurrent sessions, based on the so multiple sessions or maximum number of sessions, based on the number of applications. That is the way how the firewall can be purchased. That is like a pre-sales team will do. But anyway, I will explain all these things at the time of the firewall deployment. Coming back on the EDR side, so EDR licensing is completely depending on how many number of endpoints are there, or end user systems are there, or host machines are there. What is mean by this one? Maybe in my organization, total number of endpoints are 5,000. Total number of servers are 2,000. Altogether, how many? 7,000. For these 7,000 endpoints, 5,000 endpoints are laptop, MacBook, workstation, desktop. Remaining 2,000 servers are either Windows based or maybe Unix based. For these things, we can purchase. So coming back to your
Sir,
question, so we can
one
purchase.
more query on the same. One more query on the same. Like as you said, like 5,000 or 2,000. Maybe that number is approximate.
Yeah.
Like I mean, in the same way, like for Unix and Windows on the server side also, they will connect. Multiple users will connect on that particular to the particular host.
Yeah.
So those hosts will, I mean, those the persons who are connecting from remote locations. So to the servers as well, though we'll not consider them in our, I mean, while taking the EDR license, can we consider those persons as well in the our I mean end user systems? Can we consider those as our end
No.
user systems?
No, we cannot consider that one. Endpoints always, for example, even though they are in remote or branch offices, maybe for example, our headquarters is in Hyderabad. So in the Hyderabad, 1,000 servers are there and 100 employees, 1,000 employees are there. Altogether, how many? 2,000. So our branch offices are there in Bangalore, Chennai, Kolkata. In Bangalore, 1,000, Chennai, 1,000, Kolkata, 1,000. Altogether, how many? 5,000.
5,000.
1,000 servers and 1,000 endpoints in the Hyderabad headquarters, and Bangalore 1,000 endpoints on the end user side. In the similar way, Chennai and Kolkata. For these 5,000 endpoints, we have to purchase licensing. Even though they are sitting in the remote or branch offices, doesn't matter. Each and every host mission or asset, we have to consider one of the end user license or EDR license. Is it clear?
No, sir, still a little bit confusion
So I'm
for me.
saying that, so 1,000 servers are there in the headquarters Hyderabad. That may be Microsoft
Okay,
Windows or maybe Unix.
Okay, sir.
So now in the same Hyderabad locations, 1,000 employees are existing. That may be either laptop they are using or MacBook and workstation desktop and server.
That is fine, sir. That is fine, sir. What my question is, if
Hmm.
the end users which are connecting to that particular server,
Hmm.
those persons will not consider as them end users, because from the application perspective, for example,
No.
in Linux,
We have to
if you
consider
take
those end user machines also endpoints. Each and every end user machine where they are connecting from the asset. Forget about public. I'm not a ICICI bank employee and I'm accessing application via public network just for transfer my
yes, sir.
money. That doesn't mean that I'm an employee of the end user of the ICICI bank. So only within the organization, whoever is a part of the endpoints or end user machines or host machines, for those only we have to consider. Forget about the public or any external users.
No, now I got a clarity, sir. Thank
Is
you.
it clear? Yeah, I got it. Whatever you
Yes.
said. Yeah. Because see, maybe take example. Just now I took HDFC Bank or ICICI Bank. All over the worldwide, even NRA people, even within the India also, there are so many people they can access from their respective public related asset that may be either mobile or maybe through laptop or MacBook and workstation desktop. So that doesn't mean that ICICI Bank or HDFC Bank, they can go and they can see how many application, maximum number of sessions they are trying to access from the different geographical locations across the worldwide. They should not purchase that one. Only for the inside internal employee of the ICICI Bank or HDFC Bank, how many employees are existing? For those people only we have to purchase. Okay. So next one is malware analysis tools. Next one is anti-malware next generation firewall. So these are all the ways how we can, even including I'll keep email gateway also. Why we have to keep a email gateway?
here?
Phishing
Anyone?
emails. Because
Exactly.
of the phishing.
That's correct. Email gateway, that may be email security solution also. So all malware category of the attacks. So whenever any malicious malware attachment it is existing, these email gateways can be verified, sender policy framework, and also it will verify DKM, DMARC, and also return path. So combination of the public and private key security negotiation. In the past, is there any emails are already we received? So we can create 3 different types of policies based on the proof point, based on the Office 365 Defender, based on the Mimecast, based on the ironport. All these are completely email gateway or email security solutions. So now, what are the different types of policies we have to configure? We have to configure firewall policy in the email gateway. We have to create spam filtering, one of the email policy. And obviously we have to create email policy, one of the thing. In the email policy itself by default, malicious malware attachment, it will be there. And whenever any malicious malware attachment it is existing, so these particular email gateway security solutions or email gateways, they have the sandboxing environment. So nothing but how to analyze the malware. In the similar way, they can work on the based on the signature based and based on the behavior pattern, machine learning capability, and artificial intelligence capability. Finally, they will give the edict. According to the verdict, either it will do the safeguarding of the email or blacklisting of the email or allowing of the email or quarantining of the email. So these are the functions can be done by our email gateways as well. Okay. So that is about overall botnet. Next one, ransomware. Here we go. It's one of the dangerous attack from 2007 to till date. There are so many ransomware category of the attacks happened from 2017 May month to till date. So what is mean by ransomware attack first of all? So it's a malicious software program code, obviously. So attacker will inject that malware into any targeted mission based on the recon or selection of the target. And finally, as per cyberrkcybertechnology process, he will compromise and he will try to do the exploitation, installation, and finally he will make sure that command and control. So what is the additional thing we have to remember in the ransomware attack? Attacker will encrypt the respective either operating system or maybe file, that may be single file or maybe group of files. So what is encryption basically? Encryption is nothing but providing a password or key is called as encryption. Who will provide the password or key now? Attacker will provide the password or key. And who is compromising our system? That may be entire operating system or maybe single file or group of files. Obviously attacker. And with whom that particular password is there now? Is there with end user or is there with attacker?
Attacker.
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 Now he will do blackmailing of respective end user or any company stating that if you don't pay any money in the form of bitcoins or maybe digital currency or maybe wire transfer and so on, obviously we will delete those files from the respective end user system. So this is the way how the attack will do blackmailing part. In case whatever files he got encrypted or OS he got encrypted, that may be C drive or D drive, any confidential data is existing, any important data existing, what we have to do now? Obviously we have to pay money if you don't maintain any regular backups. So that is the reason. So for to prevent and block all malware category of the attacks related to ransomware, we have to take a regular incremental backup or differential backup on the midnight at 12 o'clock or based on the whatever company policies are defined related to backup policy. So that even though attacker is encrypting one file, we have already backup is existing. We don't pay money, just only remember one thing for ransomware category of the attack. Whenever any system is got compromised, we have to make sure that we have to do complete the operating system reset. Nothing but we have to reconfigure entire operation like a fresh piece or fresh asset. This is what it's happened in 2018 when I was working in Ericsson Global Services. So I'm a security architect in
So Ericsson, and I was supporting multiple clients all over the worldwide, not only in India. So my system is got compromised through WannaCry. I clicked on some of the file. My semantic antivirus or EDR is sleeping, unfortunately, because always I'm keeping my laptop is sleeping mode. So I'm a security architect. I'm taking care of the multiple projects related to designing and also architecting part. Now we have internal SOC team is there. They identified my system got compromised via HP ArcSight or Micro Focus tool. That alert will be triggered. That alert triggered, sorry. Now they came to my place and I went to their place. They called me and I took my laptop, and whatever laptop I given to me, they provided a backup laptop to me, and I continued my business operation. Thank God, whatever so projects I'm working on related to Vipulcom, Kuwait Electricity Board, Etisalat, telecom based project. There are so many projects I was working on. So all those related projects oriented design related to SDD, HLD and LLD documents, everything I stored, and continuously I was taking care of the backups. Otherwise, I used to, okay, so lost all of my, so what projects I was working on. So this is the way how the practical scenarios it will happen. Not only that scenario, there are several scenarios. Whenever any malware category of the ransomware, especially it will come, we have to make sure that backup is a mandatory. If you don't have backup, obviously, whatever attacker will ask, whatever he's keeping in the either maybe any selling of the website, we have to pay for that particular money. Okay, so how to define this one now? There are several ransomware category of the attack. It's happened from 2007 to till date. WannaCry, Petya, Maze, regular ransomware attack, Chacha, Eternal Blue, Eternal Romance, Blocksuit, Screenjit. There are so many category of the ransomware attack. It's happened. Kaseya.
Royal ransom.
Yeah, Royal. Yeah, there are so many. So now it is a malicious software program code. Attacker will inject into the end user machine based on cyberrkcybertechnology process. You will compromise the targeted mission so that he will encrypt either single file or group of files or entire operating system, so that attacker will gain unauthorized access or sensitive data exposure or monetary function gains. So that is called ransomware attack. What is the keyword you have to remember? Even though several times I took the mock interviews, or even whenever I will ask about what is meant by ransomware attack, most of the people will say answer is it's a malicious software program code. Attacker will inject into the any target mission and will compromise the system. Main content they will forget. What that main keyword we have to remember? What the main keyword we have to remember? Exactly.
Encryption.
Yeah, encrypting of the single file or group of file or entire operating system. For each and every attack, please remember couple of keywords: virus, self-replication within a network; worm, self-replication within, sorry, virus self-replication within a system; worm, self-replication within a network. So backdoor, bypassing the authentication; Trojan, unauthorized access from the illegal software file download; backdoor, so it's a malicious software program code and attack will compromise multiple systems. So through robot network or through internet or through local area network. Ransomware. So attacker will inject malware and he will compromise the system so that he will encrypt either single file and group of file or maybe entire operating system. Okay, so this is the way for each and every attack you can remember one of the keyword. All are malware category of the attacks only. You can say for every attack, whatever we are going to discuss, it's a malicious software program code. That's a by default you can say. But for every attack, you can remember one keyword. That's more than sufficient. Okay. So now, so examples of ransomware attack category of the attack category, examples of ransomware. So as I said, WannaCry, Petya. So first attack it's happened in 2017 June month. May month it started a ransomware attack. June month first ransomware category of the attack it happened. So that particular attack means WannaCry. WannaCry means here want to cry. So I will encrypt your files. You can cry if you don't pay money. So that is called WannaCry. Okay. So Petya. So WannaCry hacking group name is called as Eternal Blue. And Petya hacking group name is called Eternal Blue and also Eternal Romance. Enter a question. What is mean by eternal blue and what is mean by eternal romance? What is the answer? What is the answer?
Hacking group.
Yeah, it's a hacking group name of ransomware category of the attack belongs to WannaCry and Petya. It's based company in USA, Diageo, and also Morgan Stanley. So many people they can expect this particular inter question. What is mean by eternal blue and eternal romance? Okay, so it's a hacking group name by the by. It's a ransomware category of the attack. And also we have Kaseya ransomware attack. Kaseya, it's one of the agent. Basically, this particular Kaseya we can use for the patch management updates. Kaseya, it's one of the company. So in that particular agent where we are deploying on the each and every individual machine, their attacker is identified one of the vulnerability or loophole or bug. Finally, he compromised this particular software, whatever patch it is available. Then he compromised. Because of this one, so many customers are got compromised. So hacking group name is called as Regila. Next one is Maze ransomware attack. Already we discussed. Group name is Chacha. In this similar way, we have Black Suit, recent one. It's one of the dealer company. So they got compromised multiple distributors of the respective cars. So Block Suit also one of the recent ransomware attack. It was there in the just 1 week or 2 weeks back. So in this similar way, there are so many, not only these one, there are so many ransomware category of the attacks are happening. In-depth analysis, once again, I can give, and I will upload in the YouTube as well. Please go through all those regular ransomware attacks, whatever it is there in the news. Couple of times, it's a compulsory interview question, guys, for especially on the EDR side, if you are going for any L1, L2, L3 vacancy, or if you are going for cybersecurity SOC operation L1, L2, L3 vacancy. What is the most recent incident investigation you have done? What is the critical challenging incident investigation you have done? What is the difficult incident investigation you have done in your entire career? In that scenario, always my preference to any candidate I will give, please explain about malware category or ransomware category related to endpoint or server. But I have seen several candidates, they will always choose easy one. That may be VPN authentication failure, one of the account is added in the Active Directory or database or server, or brute force attack or authentication failure category of the attack. In the same phishing email category. So these are the simple investigation they will choose. So always choose difficult one and the criticality as a priority 1 incident investigation instead of priority 4 or priority 5. Okay. So yeah, we can discuss more on this, and also I can provide recent ransomware category of the attacks as well. So I can update, and I'm leaving 3 to 4 pages, 3 to 4 lines here. Okay. So now, so why this ransomware attack very popular from 2007 to till date? In 2007 to 2017 May month to till 2018 May month, approximate 1 year time period, all over the worldwide, approximate $30 billion business loss. First, initially, this ransomware attack is identified by one of the UK boy, is 17 years old. So he invented malicious software program code and how to encrypt the file. After that, he injected that particular ransomware into UK Home, UK Police Home Department, and later UK Home National Health Insurance based companies. In the similar way, later it went to USA, later it went to Russia, Ukraine, China, and finally it reached to India as well. Most of our public sector based police departments and also hospitals got compromised because of this ransomware attack. Especially in Telangana and Andhra also, these ransomware attacks happened in 2019. That is the reason they introduced cybersecurity SOC operations in Amravati. Right now, they are operating from Vijayawada. In the similar way, for Telangana, they are operating from Hyderabad location. All those projects are handled by Tech Mahindra initially. Later, that project went to some other client. So yeah, so what I'm trying to say here, so here encryption is very important. Let's go and see how the page it will appear whenever any ransomware category or the attack it will happen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can see here. I'm not sure whether you're logging from mobile. It's difficult to see. Oops, your files have been encrypted. So nothing but already system is got compromised. And what happened to my computer now? So they given some description. In the similar way, can I record my files? Obviously, if you don't take regular backup files, it's not possible. For that one, you have to pay money. So here he given payment will be raised on. So they given time approximate 2 days, 23 hours, 57 minutes, 37 seconds. In case if you don't pay within approximate 3 days, nothing but here 2 days, 23 minutes, 23 hours, nothing but it's approximate 3 days. Your files will be lost on, nothing but I will delete your files. Within 6 days, 23 hours, 57 minutes, 37 seconds. After 1 week time period, you will lose your confidential files. This is the way how is making complaint, not complaint, block mailing part. Now he is asking somewhere some money also. Here we have to do through Bitcoins or maybe through wire transfer. So normally in the India, we will accept through UPI or maybe through debit card or maybe through bank transfers. But in the Western culture or Western countries, they will accept through wire transfer, through Western Union and so on. We don't know. So who is the attacker? In case even though he's the attacker, maybe my system is got compromised. I'm in India. Maybe attacker is in USA. How can I go and I can give the file complaint main part? Okay. So this is the
the way how the attack will hacking. So to eliminate this drawback, what we have to do? What the remediation part we have to do?
Regular backups maintaining.
Exactly. So
Maintenance
regular
we have to-
backups maintaining we have to take care. So if two systems are got compromised, like one of the server got compromised, both primary and backup also got compromised. In that scenario, if you don't take regular backups, we have to pay money. There is no option. First, we have to identify
What
what the
if after
criticality of the
paying
data he got encrypted. Sorry.
what if we don't get the data after paying the amount?
After paying the money, so we have the recovery key option is available there itself. Just we can click on the recovery key and password is available there itself.
No, if at all he is not providing the key for us.
No. Once you are clicking on the make payment option, so once payment is successfully completed, so there it will appear recovery key. So recovery key is nothing but password key. If even still he is not able to see that recovery key, we can't do anything.
So data and money both will be
Yes,
at
both will be loose.
We will
Yeah.
not we will not give any guarantee.
Yeah, one of my friend actually is working in a digital photo studio, and so approximate 500 users data are related to marriage function, anniversary functions, and so on. The system is got compromised. Now he's expecting 6,000 USD dollars. So that is nothing but almost 6 into $85, 85 rupees you can consider. So he has to pay now 4,25,000 approximate on an average. He paid finally because 500 customers data, that to marriage and anniversary, and there are so many functions related data and audios and videos and everything is available, and unfortunately it doesn't have any backup. So this is the way how the hacker will do. So what is the first thing we have to remember? Regular backups. And in future we can discuss about one of the practical scenario based also, whatever it's happening in my organization related to product development company. So I will explain about what we have done and how we have remediated and what appropriate actions we have taken as incident respond. Regular backups. And what is second one? Antivirus or EDR or XDR. Anti-malware.
next generation.
Malware analysis tools. And finally, next generation firewall.
Hello.
So even in case ransomware it is coming via phishing email attachment, what additional thing you have to consider?
Email gateway or
Email
security.
gateway or email
Yes,
security.
you are right. Yes, someone is speaking.
Yeah, hello. Like I have one doubt. See if we have been attacked, attacked with ransomware, there's a constant backup. Won't that ransomware will be like backed off?
Sorry, can you please repeat?
No, like for example, an end user has been affected with ransomware. And there's a constant backup team who is backing up all the files from that server. If at all, like the ransomware is also like in the backup, won't that be a problem?
If it is he is doing the backup related configuration files also encrypted, yes, we have to pay money. There is no other option.
So there's a chance that even ransomware can also be backed
Yeah,
up.
in case maybe he tried compromised not only end user system, even backup configuration file where we are backing up regularly or constant backup. Yes, obviously, if it is that is constant file and we have problem and we have to pay money. If the so confidential data, and also one more thing is any privacy and very important data is there, and that is very important to organization side. Take example CEO of related laptop itself. CEO can be handled by multiple business projects oriented all over the worldwide, and multiple with stakeholders he can speak with multiple vendors as well. Obviously in his system is getting ransomware, so in his backed up system also got compromised by ransomware. So we have to pay money. There is no other option.
Okay.
Excuse me, RK.
Yes, please.
So do you think like always the backup should not be connected within the network?
So that is the reason we are making like a third party external storage backups like a SAN or NAS. Nowadays, everything we are making like a OneDrive or Google Drive. So once the system is got compromised, that doesn't mean that wherever the files are stored in our C folder or D folder or whatever folders you are saving. So it's better to save in the third party dumping instead of the it is possible only via in case system is got compromised related to end user machine or maybe any server that is connected through via networking protocols. Even attacker is compromised, the third party NAS or SAN or magnetic tapes or Google Drive or OneDrive also, obviously we have to pay money. So that is the reason everywhere it's better to do segmentation part. That is the reason, as I said, end user LAN one segmentation, server LAN one segmentation. Did you remember at the time of the network architecture diagram discussed?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Any other?
Like from the
Huh.
server side also, I mean, generally, what we will do is connecting the base IP, which all application and other guys will connect based on one interface. Will give that production IP, and backup thing and everything will be done on the, will configure on a different VLAN, and it will be connected to the network traffic will be on different VLAN, and different IP will configure on the, we'll add another interface, and we'll configure the backup in a
Backup.
different
Yeah. Mm.
series.
Yeah.
So based on that, it will be secured if it is compromised, or so the backup will have with more safety nowadays.
Yes. Yes, you are right. We can segregate based on the wherever the interface traffic is going via, and also wherever the backup is stored. Absolutely, he's right. This is the way how we can secure the backup configurations. You are right.
RK, we have talked about this injecting malicious codes, right?
Yeah.
So ransom and all the different category comes under injection
Malware.
type of attacks
Yes.
from the OASP which we are talking about,
Yes.
top
Yes.
10 list. And one more thing, what is the difference between NAT and a proxy?
NAT is nothing but network address translation. It's a part of the firewall concept basically. So what is mean by here? Every traffic we will configure through different types of interfaces. So basically we have local interfaces and also we have public interfaces. Public interfaces also called as the internet facing interfaces or WAN interfaces. So example, one of the, please remember whenever I am speaking about firewall, please remember network architecture diagram in your brain or in your mind. Is it fine? Okay. Now, okay. So now one of the internal interface, core switch interface is connected to firewall. That is our private interface. Now that private interface traffic, what we have to do, we have to map to one of the WAN interface. WAN is nothing but internet, as said initial days itself when we discussed about LAN, WAN, MAN, and PAN. Okay, so WAN is nothing but always in the firewall side. It's like internet facing related interface. So now whatever core switch we connected to this particular firewall, like a private IP address range, that will always hide to the attacker. Whatever WAN interface is we are exposing to the attacker, that we can expose to the public also. That is like a public IP. So every organization, it will maintain the two different types of IPs. One is private IPs and public IPs. So we should not expose our private IPs to public IP. So coming back here, network address translation meaning here, core switch private IP 10.10.10.1. Now I want to map to WAN interface so that we can access any public websites like a google.com or facebook.com and so on, like a 1.1.1.1. That particular translation or mapping using static NAT or dynamic NAT or port NAT, we can call it as network address translation.
Okay,
But in simple words, mapping of the private IP to public IP of the WAN interface.
Got your logic, but the thing is, the IP remains same here.
No, IP, see, we are not, so keeping our private IP course, which whatever I configured to the public IP, right? We are exposing only public IP, business IPs only. We are not exposing our private IPs. We should not expose our private IP. Private IP exposed to the attacker, he is know about all of our internal range of the IP address based on the host discovery policy. He will try to do different types of trial and error methods.
Okay, basically, whenever we access any company's website, the user will be restricted till some part, right?
Exactly.
That is what public IP.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so proxy is like it will what you say? It will change the IP address.
So it will change based on the what type of deployment we have done. Whether we have done transparent proxy, whether I have done anonymous proxy, whether I have done inline proxy, whether I have done promiscuous proxy. There are different proxy servers we do have. So according to the deployment wise, whether we want to hide our internal IP to the external attacker, or else whether we have to expose our IPs to the attacker, whether we have to keep our private IPs to company hiding of the our internal network, depending on the deployment wise, that we can discuss part of the proxy.
So one more thing is like we use NAT mode and bridge mode, right? What is
Yes,
it?
correct. NAT mode is nothing but mainly for VPN connectivity purpose and also internet activity purpose. We can connect NAT. So NAT is a part of the using router we can get. It's a network layer or layer number 3 as per OSI. So now coming back to bridge. Bridge meaning here two different types of networks we are connecting through a bridge. So here it will not create any tunnel in between two networks. It will not form any tunnel, and it will not provide any confidentiality, integrity, authenticity, non-reputation, and also it cannot provide any internet also. That is the reason always it's better to use which mode?
NAT mode.
Exactly. In case maybe your office not required internet, yes, we can configure via bridge as well.
But if at all you are exposing or you are working on a what you say machine, then we have to use this mode only, right? NAT mode. So like if at all
Yeah,
I have
obviously
to
yes. Something you are accessing, yeah, without internet, 99% of the cases, it's very difficult to get the business. So obviously we need here and there somewhere public website access. Yes or wrong? Yes or no? Something if you want to search also. Obviously that is the reason, especially
Yes,
on
we
the
required.
especially on the VPN side configuration, that may be remote VPN or site-to-site VPN, or to contact the vendors, to contact the internal stakeholders, even though we are doing LAN segmentation. So it's a better to always keep our perimeter firewall as a NAT mode.
So basically the what you say.
Anyway, these topics we can discuss. Yeah, please go ahead.
No, this comes in the router configuration. So I was asking that.
Yeah, we discussed, yes. As I said, I given so many interlinks in between voice layer itself. I given too much advanced thinking. Router should be configured, that how correlate and how it will be linked up with the firewall as well. I get it, whatever you said. Yeah. But in-depth analysis, we can discuss part of network security.
Right. One small suggestion. Basically, you are drawing this diagrams, right?
Right. Yeah,
Can you please paste those also into this?
Yes. Yeah. Already I copied, but I forgot to update that one. Yes, I will upload the document as well. Any other?
Sir. So basically, we have different type of malware is there, right?
Yes.
So if we want to, like if you want to prevent those malware, so every malware has a different kind of mechanism to prevent, or else same mechanism.
No. So based on the different types of mechanism, obviously, because every malware infection is different and pattern is different and behavior is different and signature is different.
Okay.
So what they have done, several types of the malware, all the ingestion, they made it like a single signature based. Once we are going to EDR, I can show how these things can be enabled based on the policies configuration.
Coming back to your question, yes, all these category of the malware behavior is different.
Sir, one more thing. And if a single system got compromised, okay, we will handle. But morning class, 100 systems got compromised. So then what should we do that time? Like, because bots has already we discussed about bots and worms. So botnets like robotic headers is there. So it's like more advanced, and worms is spreading one by one like that. So then how we have to prevent? I mean, how we have to?
Yeah, first of all, what we have to do, we have to see about outbound connections. We have one of the practical use case also. I said already. I'm not sure how many people remember. One of the system is got compromised, and it's keep on communicating to command and control server. So now in this scenario, what we have to do? So whether one system is communicating to the command and control server related to attacker as a bot header, or multiple systems are communicating to respect to attacker machine. So we should go and we can see under the firewall logs. So how this lateral movement or worms verification or bots related verification we can do. So attacker machine maybe you can consider one of the public IPs 1.1.1.1. Now one of the private IP is got compromised. That may be laptop 10.10.10.1. Now 10.10.10.1 is communicating to 1.1.1.1. What's the conclusion?
It is communicating to that machine. I mean,
Only it is communicating to single
Only
machine.
one for
Single machine,
single cell
Now is it a
communication.
lateral movement or is it a worm or is it a botnet?
not it.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Not a bot.
Yeah. So now if more than one system from our private IPs outbound connections are going on, so then we can go and we can see whether it is communicating more than one system. Obviously, you have to consider that one as a more than one system is got compromised. According to that one, we can do the containment, eradication, mitigation, recovery, lessons learned, and post-mortem report as per NAST framework and also ITL process.
Sir, if the system got compromised, okay. So I'm trying to. Is it possible to try to? I'm a cybersecurity analyst. You are the hacker. So is it possible to try to take my machine? Is it possible in the sense online? Because you're already taking the command and control. You are operating my machines or under. So then
Yeah.
what should I do?
So just you can take the IP address and just you can block the IP connectivity. Simple in the firewall.
Yeah,
It will not go into outbound connections. It will not reach to the attacker.
Okay, sir.
Traffic will go source to destination. So as per network architecture diagram, I said already. So trust, untrust, and public. In this scenario, so trust versus untrust. Outbound connections are going on. First and foremost, what we have to do, what are outbound connections are going, just you can identify the IP address and block that IP address. Even though he's online or offline, we are online or offline, we cannot communicate because already IP address is blocked. There are no packets will receive to the attacker, no packets we can send from our machine.
If the attacker continuously changing the IP addresses, so then what should we do? For a
In
single
that
address,
scenario, DDoS category of the attacks, you are right.
Yes.
So we can go and we can see. So what is the maximum threshold of the IPC changing? You are right. I will agree with you this one. So you can see also whenever these type of category of the DDoS category of the attack it's happened, it's a very logical question. So it's not like one connection. It will communicating the connections continuously. So now obviously we have to verify. First and foremost, we have to identify our business IPs. So what is meant a business IP? Every organization will maintain the business IPs. Those business IPs only in the perimeter side, we have to whitelist. Remaining all other business IPs, we have to blacklist. So whatever, even though he's changing IP address, we know about our business IPs and we know about our non-business IPs. Non-business IPs obviously from the attacker. All the attacker communications IPs I can block. Only business IPs only I can allow it. That is one of the policy I can create in the firewall side.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir. Yeah, clear, sir. Got it.
It's one of the very good question and logical question related to DDoS category also. Yeah. Any other?
RK, previously you have told about the same kind of attack, right? If from different attackers, we have they have access different servers or
Yeah.
a different. So how can we identify that X number of IPs coming from different?
Yeah, that is what I said. So whenever these IP addresses are coming from multiple IPs, so first thing is whenever you are onboarding in any company, most of the people candidate experience I have seen. So first thing you should ask about who your client, doesn't matter for us. What are the business IPs they are using with the internal stakeholders and the external stakeholders. Please ask them their business IPs and also private IP address range.
Okay.
Now, after segregating this one, now even though different business IPs attacker is communicating from different machines, that particular communication is coming to our private IP address range. Segregate that one based on whatever database we do have. There itself, we can do half of the content of the segregation, whether these IPs communication is happening via business or non-business. If I do, it is not like a single person can do take care of the overall investigation. It's already something getting compromised. Entire team has to involve. That is the way how it will work. But interviews are not like that. You are a single person alone in the shift. One of the machines got compromised. What will you do? So this is the way how the interview questions nowadays. It's like complicated and complex. But anyways, all these things coming back to your question. So we should identify the private IP address range and also public IP address range related to business versus non-business. In the similar way, public domains versus business domains, we have to gather the first and foremost initial thing. Later, we can do segregation with the help of your team members. And later you can do segregation, and whatever non-business IPs, non-biz domains are there, you can block it straight away by raising a case with the firewall team, or if you have the access, you can close directly from your side.
Okay.
Okay. Any other?
Attack is already, the system got compromised. So we do on online process. We will take the RDP and we will connect, or else what
No,
should we do, or
directly in
else?
the EDR tool itself. It's a good question. In the EDR tool itself, we have one of the option name is containment. When you say containment, network isolation. So directly without doing contacting the end user straight away, we can go and we can do the network isolation, and the attacker cannot touch his system. Okay,
Okay,
so there is no
means
RDP, there is no any disk, there is no Teams meeting, nothing is required. All these features are available in the EDR. So everything we can work in the EDR tool itself. We have the network containment and network isolation without contacting the either through team or maybe through RDP or through maybe any other remote disk operations.
So all the actions we perform would be in the EDR itself.
Yes, exactly. That's correct. So that is the reason it's like a collaborative and coordination between the multiple teams whenever something is got compromised. But 99% of the cases, you will work on the false positive only. But it's better to get always true positive. Nowadays, whoever is working in the practical companies as well, that may be TCS or Infosys or Wipro or Capgemini or Mindtree or Value Labs or any other company, please go and ask your employees or colleagues whoever is working on already in the cybersecurity field, even though do they have experience of 6 years or 8 years, really did they work on any true positive compromise scenario? Not even single one. So here always whenever something is got compromised, we have to continuously collaborate with client and we have to interact with the client and we have to bring so many people in the team meeting and we have to try to solve this one. Finally, we have to make a root cause analysis. Is it clear?
Contaminated in the sense we are contaminating from the network, or else what, sir?
Contaminating from our ADR tool, yes.
Okay, that means it has internet, sir, or else the system has internet, or else what?
So just
Sir,
just go to the assets tab and whatever system is got compromised, take that IP address or host name, just click on the containment, automatically it will go offline.
yeah,
That I can show
okay.
practically in the ADR tool.
That we can do in the EDR tool itself, right, sir?
Yes, everything from EDR only. So that is the beauty of the EDR. So traditional antivirus doesn't have all these functionalities. So that is the reason EDR and XDR came into picture.
Sir, except IP blocking remaining.
Yeah, except IP blocking, remaining everything, even IP blocking also we can do in CrowdStrike. So nowadays, everything we can do, almost all the functionalities in the EDR, and especially on the end user side. Any other?
I mean, like if they ask, like if EDR is having almost all these features, then what is the requirement of your firewall? Maybe someone asked like this. How can we elaborate to them like that? So
Network
EDR
IDs.
tool is the best.
No.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a good question. Network IDs, network IPs capability EDR doesn't have. Wireless capability EDR doesn't have. Wireless monitoring EDR doesn't have. So even application or web application WASP top 10 category of the attacks cannot be prevented with EDR. Only I'm saying about endpoint side, user side, OS side, related containment things only can be done under the EDR. Network side, cloud side, application side, all those functional cannot be done by EDR. That is the reason SIM tool is a unified console or single console. There we can integrate all the logs from single tool. We can take care of all the actions as instant response.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any other? Okay, guys, thank you so much. And see you tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. morning and also evening 7 p.m. IST. So tomorrow I will take 2 classes, morning at 7:30, evening at 7 p.m. IST. Thank you so much, guys, and have a great evening and good night.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.